the next session, in the next exercise, we have something like this here, and let me explain what we have. I have a simple state level map colored using sales on the top, and I have a trend of the sales over time on the below. Now, if I select a particular state, I have an action that says, okay, let me select California. I have an action that gives me sales for that particular state or only for that particular state. Now I select second state, it will give me the second state which I selected as another line, and likewise third state, another line, fourth state, another line. I have 4 lines here. Now it may happen that after some point these lines may just become basically messy, and we may not make out the information from what it's displayed. So as soon as I select a number of states greater than a certain threshold, see what happens. So I've selected 5th state, and my line graph defaulted to a single line instead of showing multiple lines. So like here the threshold has been set to 4 states. So if you have selected less than 4 states, show me them as a separate lines. But if you selected more than 4 states, now club them all together in one single line and show the trend for all of them. So let's see how we can get that done. First of all, I'll definitely, it's a simple one. It's a straightforward. I need to create a map, if you already know, and I need to create a line chart. Let's and the most of it, the task lies here in the line chart. Let's come here. Now, if you are familiar with the actions in the dashboard actions, the interaction between the top sheet and the bottom sheet, which is basically because of the dashboard action which we created. And if you see, it's called filter 2. So every action that we create, it will either be one of these type of actions, either filter action, highlight action, etc., etc. The action which we created is a filter action. So as soon as you create an action, you will be able to see something called this here, the action filter. Just like how you place your dimension and context filters here, the action that you generated will also create a filter. It's called action filter. And just like how you can shift the dimension filters from context to and remove from context, these can also be put into context and removed from context. Now the idea here is we need to set the threshold value, right? After a certain number of let's see how we can do that. It's a simple logic. Let me just show you that. Yeah. Right. So if we see here, what I have as this particular statement: if count distinct of state on a fixed entire database level, if it is less than 5, then give me state. Okay. Now, and I use this to put and I use this field to put in color. Therefore, it will automatically detail out. So let me explain what I mean. First of all, my action, whenever I generate an action, it will be by default as a like this blue color, not in context. Okay. Now if we set that as a context itself, remove from context and expect this thing to work, it will not work. So it will, when I select 1, it will go there. When I select 2, it doesn't matter. It's just clubbing everything. It's not giving me the individual line. Okay, for each state that I selected. So the reason there is because of the order of operations in which this filter and the statement, the calculation that which we created are getting performed. So first, because this is a fixed level calculation, it always gets performed before a dimension filter and after a context filter. And as per the logic, you want this thing to be calculated after your filter has been executed. That is, once you have selected everything, then you need this calculation to be performed. Therefore, what you need to do is you need to basically change that order to shift this action to be performed a little earlier. So what you do is, when you apply this to context, you are pushing this one step earlier to perform before your calculation. So add to context. Now thus first this will be performed. So whatever you have selected, only that data will be going into the for all the calculation purposes. So when you select 1, it will only take into consideration 1 state. and when you do this count distinct of state, it will only it will only give the number of states that you have selected. So if that is less than 5, then it will give me that particular state details. So therefore, when it is less than 5, it will have the details, but if it is greater than 5, as per our condition, it will not hold the state details. And because we put that in color, so that's how we are achieving. Up until 5, we'll get a different lines, but after 5, after reaching 5, so we get single line for all of them together. Hope it's clear. Stop me if you have any question. Okay.